with a what with etiopathogenesis of stone formation. How is it possible? Answer is it is associated with two three important conditions. How can we correlate the CBD with a what with etiopathogenesis of stone formation? How is it possible? Answer is it is associated with two three important conditions. So the primary stones, how do they develop? So the primary stones are associated with foreign bodies. So the primary stones, they are associated with foreign bodies. And what could be the most common foreign body placed in the CBD? Answer is a stent. So they are more commonly associated with what? Stents. So they are associated with foreign bodies, and when we talk about foreign bodies, it is stents. Then they're associated with infections. They are associated with infections. Yes. Then infections with bacteria also, infections with parasite also. And remember that Ascaris and Fasciola hepatica, Opisthochus sinensis, they're all very, 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 very common reasons. So parasite, if you talk about parasite, we have Ascaris lumbricoides. We have Ascaris, which is associated. We have Clinorchis, which is a very common. Yeah. So foreign bodies, infections. Then what else could be the reason? The next reason is the presence of disorders of conjugation. So of conjugation. disorders of conjugation. What else could be associated? Anything which promotes stasis. What could be the reason which could be promoting stasis? Answer is a CBD stricture, a choledocholithiasis. CBD stricture and choledocholithiasis, and then choledochal cyst. So dilatation of the biliary system. Yeah, again is a reason. So we have already seen this concept of stasis. Let us try to understand. So disorders of conjugation we have seen. Next is anything like biliary strictures, and we have choledococele. So in fact, these are the common causes of the reasons behind the formation of the stones in the CBD. Now, category, if we see the category wise, what type of stones they are mixed category stones. But in fact, there is one category of stones which is defined on the basis of the content of the cholesterol. Either it could be a pure, or it could be a mix, or it could be a pigment stone. Generally, why it is a mixed stone? Because they are secondary stones. If you see majority of the CBD stones, they are mixed stones because they are slipping out from the gallbladder. But if you talk about the primary stone of the CBD, the most common is a brown stone. This is very important, very important. If a gallbladder stone slips into the CBD, which is in fact the commonest way of formation of the CBD stone, it has to be either a mixed stone or you can say a pure cholesterol stone, depending upon a high cholesterol concentration. But when we talk about the primary stone, it is basically a brown stone. So it's a brown stone, pigment stone. So let us write this also. Important is the primary stones. Yes, they are pigment stones. So P for primary, you can remember P for pigment stones, and in that also the brown stone, they are brown stones. If you talk about their composition, calcium bilirubate, calcium bilirubinate, calcium stearate, and calcium palmitate. So they are a combination. Of calcium bilirubinate. You have got the questions on this also. So calcium bilirubinate, calcium palmitate, and calcium stearate. So this is how we see the pigment stone. Now let us try to understand the another concept of stones, CVD stones. Now there could be a stone detected post intervention. Now what do you mean by post intervention? Suppose you have already done, or you have already operated for a primary or a secondary CVD stone, and now you again detect a stone after maybe 6 weeks, or maybe during T-tube cholangiogram, or maybe after 2 years, 3 years the patient presents to you. So there are two possibilities. Either it could be a residual stone which was left over when you were doing the maneuver, you left that stone, or it could be a simple recurrent stone.